Have you ever caught yourself contorting your true self, altering your essence, or compromising your own joy merely to satisfy a woman? You are not alone. Numerous individuals often find themselves in this situation, erroneously convinced that this is the pathway to peace and love. Imagine if I revealed to you a profound insight that has endured through the ages, advocating for an alternative perspective. Indeed, my focus is on Stoicism. Today, we embark on an exploration of Stoic philosophy, revealing 6 principles that should remain unwavering, regardless of women or anyone else. This isn't about assigning blame or implying that you shouldn't be concerned for the women in your life. Conversely, it revolves around grasping the essence of caring in a manner that is healthy, respectful to both yourself and others, and ultimately more rewarding. Envision this. You've called off the plans you were looking forward to because she suggested she preferred another option. You've contorted your principles to align with hers, even when it seemed misguided. Perhaps you've drifted away from friends due to her disapproval of them. Does that ring a bell? Such situations fail to foster the healthy, balanced relationships we desire. Instead, they create a path that leads only to bitterness and a diminished sense of self. Yet, do not despair, for Stoicism provides a beacon of hope. Let us delve into the intricacies of relationships, ensuring that you maintain your sense of self throughout the journey. Are you prepared? Let us set forth on this adventure side by side. 1. Giving up your personal freedom. In moments of fervor, or the urge to satisfy, it becomes surprisingly simple to forfeit our independence. It's possible to forego plans that excited you, stifle your passions, or even reshape your beliefs to meet another's standards. It seems to embody love, but is it truly that? Stoicism encourages us to reflect on these sacrifices. Are we sacrificing our personal freedom for the sake of affection, or are we cultivating a relationship that allows both individuals to thrive independently? Consider it carefully. Your integrity and freedom hold immeasurable value. They embody the core of your existence. Exchanging your essence for another's validation not only diminishes your true self, but it also establishes a foundation for a relationship that is both unsustainable and detrimental. In the view of Stoicism, relationships ought to focus on mutual growth, respect, and understanding, emphasizing the importance of maintaining one's individuality rather than losing oneself. Before you shape your desires to conform to another's reality, take a moment to pause and contemplate. Are you driven by love and respect, or are you compromising your independence due to fear and a desire for validation? A relationship grounded in mutual respect for each other's freedom and individuality is not merely strong, it is lasting. We must not exchange our invaluable liberty for temporary validation. Let us pursue connections that respect and uplift our independence, inspired by the enduring principles of Stoicism. 2. Overlooking your personal development. Picture yourself on a journey, your journey, meandering through a forest thick with the greenery of life's obligations and aspirations. Every stride taken propels us closer to personal growth, enlightenment, and, in the end, moral excellence. Now, envision perpetually diverting from your own journey to walk in another's footsteps, prioritizing their desires and aspirations over your own. It's not merely a detour, it's a deviation from your journey of self-discovery. Epictetus would contend that this represents a misapplication of our reasoning abilities and a disregard for our own growth. In the realm of relationships, particularly in situations where we may become excessively focused on satisfying a partner, it is essential to keep this Stoic principle in mind. Putting someone else's needs consistently before your own can stifle your growth and ultimately result in a diminished sense of self. The Stoics advocated for self-improvement not as a pursuit of selfish gain, but as a path to becoming better individuals for ourselves and for the benefit of those in our lives. When we overlook our personal development, we aren't merely pausing our journey. We are also denying our partners the opportunity to experience the finest version of who we are. Ultimately, how can we genuinely enhance the happiness and well-being of others if we are not nurturing our own virtue and wisdom? Epictetus's teachings highlight that the journey of self-improvement and the quest for wisdom are not merely individual endeavors. They profoundly enhance our connections and relationships with others. It's essential to find equilibrium, making sure that as we offer support and compassion, we do not compromise our own development for the sake of another's requirements. Picture yourself grasping a beach ball beneath the surface of the water. The harder you try to suppress it, the more vigorously it will spring back, frequently in surprising manners. In the same vein, when we stifle our emotions to uphold harmony in a relationship, we are not truly addressing the issues at hand. We are simply delaying the unavoidable outburst of feelings. This does not align with Stoic principles. The Stoics promote cultivating a constructive relationship with our emotions, emphasizing the importance of recognizing, comprehending, and regulating them, rather than dismissing their presence. To stifle your emotions or overlook your own needs in the name of a relationship is not only detrimental, but it is also a path that cannot be maintained. This results in a growing sense of resentment, a web of misunderstandings, and, in the end, a separation not just from your partner, but from your own self as well. Confronting our emotions directly, scrutinizing them through the lens of reason, and articulating them in a positive way is the essence of the Stoic perspective. It revolves around discovering the equilibrium between feeling and logic, making certain that neither is allowed to dominate without restraint. At the heart of this philosophy lies the essential element of communication. Being truthful with oneself and expressing emotions candidly are not indicators of frailty, but rather of resilience and self-understanding. In his meditations, Marcus Aurelius highlighted the significance of introspection and sincerity in every facet of existence, particularly within our emotional realm. 4. Surrendering your autonomy. Seneca, with his sharp insight, warned us not to let our tranquility and joy hinge too much on outside influences, such as our relationships. It is important to value and cultivate our relationships with others. However, we must avoid tying our complete sense of self-worth or happiness to those connections. Envision the silhouette of a tree. It might tilt toward the sun, relish the advantages of the rain, and even nurture other living beings. Nonetheless, its expansion, vigor, and ultimate existence hinge on its foundations and the sustenance it extracts from the earth beneath. In the same vein, when we anchor our happiness or self-esteem to another person, we resemble a tree dependent on an outside force for its strength. When that source falters, we stand on the brink of collapse. Seneca's caution encourages us to strengthen our foundations, to seek resilience and sustenance from our inner selves. Fostering independence does not entail withdrawing from others or rejecting emotional bonds. Conversely, It focuses on establishing a robust inner foundation, allowing our relationships to flourish as sources of joy and growth, instead of serving as crutches or confinement. It signifies a profound engagement with our passions, the relentless pursuit of our aspirations, and the nurturing of a self that remains steadfast amidst life's unavoidable transformations and trials. The quest for inner peace is a profound journey, demanding deep reflection, sincerity, and at times, the bravery to confront our own darkness. It involves recognizing our aspirations, anxieties, and ambitions, and realizing that although others may enhance our journey, they cannot serve as our only route to true satisfaction. This inner peace serves as a source of strength, benefiting not only ourselves, but also enriching our connections with others. When we cease to seek others to fill our emptiness, we connect with them from a standpoint of wholeness rather than deficiency. 5. Dedicating an effort to bring her joy. Picture, if you can, a situation where you find yourself compelled to participate in an activity that fundamentally contradicts your deepest convictions or passions. It might range from feigning enthusiasm for a pastime that fails to captivate you, to navigating life decisions that diverge from your true ambitions or moral compass. Stoicism imparts the importance of aligning our lives with the essence of nature, as well as our own intrinsic nature. This entails recognizing and honoring our preferences, aversions, values, and beliefs. When we deviate from our true course to please someone else, we compromise our authenticity and undermine the very trust and respect that sustain the relationship. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, artfully articulated the necessity for every individual to construct and safeguard their inner stronghold. It serves as a symbol of our innermost being, our values, and our moral compass. To sacrifice these for fleeting affection or to sidestep discord is much like leaving the gates of our stronghold unprotected. Genuine, lasting bonds are cultivated not by compromising oneself, but through a foundation of mutual respect and a deep understanding of one another's true identities. It revolves around discovering shared understanding while remaining steadfast in your beliefs. The Stoic perspective embodies not a sense of inflexibility, but rather a deep understanding of oneself and a commitment to integrity. It prompts us to reflect, is this action aligned with my authentic self? Does it align with my principles of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance? When the response is negative, it serves as an invitation to take a moment for contemplation. It serves as a reminder that love and respect for ourselves and from others thrive in the brilliance of authenticity, rather than in the dimness of compromise and conformity. Before you dedicate yourself to something just to satisfy her, reflect on the Stoic wisdom that advises us to prioritize our true selves first. It's not a matter of being self-centered. It revolves around the essence of self-respect. It revolves around cultivating a connection that inspires both parties to embrace their authentic selves and strive for their utmost potential. This does not lessen the affection you hold for one another. It enriches the experience, forging a connection that transcends mere enjoyment, embracing the delight found in a profound journey of growth and insight. 6. Overlooking the rationale behind enthusiasm. Envision your partnership as an expedition. Passion serves as the driving force behind your journey, pushing you onward with a sense of excitement and momentum. Yet, in the absence of reason's guiding hand, that very wind might hurl you against the unforgiving rocks. Philosophers such as Epictetus imparted the lesson that we ought to rise above our impulses, becoming their masters instead, guiding our existence with insight and prudence. This is not about suppressing our desires, but rather about comprehending them, interrogating them, and harmonizing them with our core values and aspirations. In the heat of a fervent romance, one can easily find emotions steering our decisions, leading us to make concessions that clash with our fundamental values, or to overlook warning signs that would have been apparent had we not been swept away by desire. Within this space rests the profound insights of the Stoics. They serve as a reminder that reason ought to be the lens through which we scrutinize our feelings, guaranteeing that our actions and relationships are not mere responses to transient emotions, but decisions made with clarity and foresight. This Stoic principle extends beyond merely managing conflicts or making significant choices. The essence lies in the everyday decisions we navigate within our relationships. It involves opting for open communication instead of defensive reactions, demonstrating patience in place of frustration, and pursuing understanding prior to jumping to conclusions. By allowing reason to steer these instances, we nurture a bond that is not only fervent, but also sturdy, respectful, and profoundly intertwined. If this video resonated with you, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing for additional insights on philosophy and personal development. We invite you to share your reflections or experiences concerning Stoicism and relationships in the comments below. Until we meet again, remain noble.